Hi there, welcome back to another video on the Together for Business videos that I've been doing for the Chamber of Commerce. This is now phase 2, part 2. So there's been a lot of videos that have come before this, and hopefully you've managed to watch them all. If not, then they're all there, just go back and check them all out. But remember, these are just here as something that I feel that you can do during what is left of lockdown, but hopefully going forward, just from your working environment, when you don't have time to do full workouts, or even if you're sort of not completely into a fitness routine and you've only got small pockets of time to do something, or you want to get into a fitness routine but you're a bit worried about hurting yourself going forward, these are all going to be useful things. They're just individual exercises to help you work on your mobility, to strengthen up areas that are usually problem areas, particularly for people who sit at desks all day or sit in cars or use their phone an awful lot, which to be honest counts for most people. So hopefully these are beneficial. Now this is, as I say, phase 2 has all been about the hip area, the glutes, the hips, the hip flexors, that kind of thing. So basically problems that come from the hip zone. Whether that be a knee problem, a lower back problem, or what have you, quite often they originate in the hips, and that's what I've been looking at through these videos. So for part 2, what we're looking at for the exercises are, as always, we're following the same sequence. We've got 4 exercises that are going to be in this part, 2 mobility exercises and 2 strengthening exercises. The 2 mobility exercises require no equipment for one of them and some equipment for another. And that's the same for the strength exercises. No equipment required for one, the other one may require some kind of equipment. That gives you a choice to work with. If you have equipment, great, you can do them all. If you don't have any equipment, there are still options open to you. And these are things that quite often you can just do by standing up from your desk and just doing them for a minute. So I would encourage you to have a look at these, try them out and see which ones are working for you. So, kicking off with exercise number 1, we are looking at a hamstring lean and lift. It's an incredibly effective exercise for mobilizing the hamstrings. A lot of people just want to stretch them. That is fine at the end of a workout, but for the most part, if your hamstrings are cold and they are really tight, you're not going to do a whole lot by statically stretching them. And in fact, you're probably going to do more damage. The lean and lift is a much more dynamic way of doing it, and because all you really need is a chair or a high elevated surface, when you're working at a desk, you can just stand up and do it. You can do it right now if you have a chair. If you're sitting in a chair watching this, you can stand up and you can do the lean and lift. So it's very simple, very effective, and something I really need to do a lot more of, because I sort of do it maybe once a week, and I should really be doing it probably every couple of days. It's a big problem area for me. But definitely it's an effective exercise, so give it a go, have a look at it. It takes a little bit of coordination, but no equipment other than some kind of chair or elevated platform of some kind, of which there are many around your house, I'm sure. The second exercise is a foam roll for your hip flexors and quads. So you need a foam roller. If you don't have one, I'll put a link in the description to have a look at the ones that I recommend, along with all the other equipment that we've kind of used through all these videos. So have a look at that if you need to. The first strengthening exercise that requires no equipment is a reverse plank. Yes, you heard that right. You may know what a plank is, but a reverse plank is a very different thing. This is to work on strengthening the other side of your body, particularly the glutes, but the glutes in conjunction with the hamstrings and the lower back, all working together for stability, and that's obviously important. You don't need any equipment, you just need some floor space. You need enough room to be able to lie down. That's it. Check the video out and you'll see what I mean. And then the last exercise this time round is hip flexor lifts using either a kettlebell or a resistance band. There are other ways as well where you could use cables and things, but at the moment I'm just hip flexor lift with a band is what I show in the video, but I also describe the idea of using a kettlebell. You need it to be light, so it would be a small kettlebell, 2 kilos, 3 kilos, 4 kilos at the most. But I'd say a band is probably a little more effective in this one anyway, because you can get a bit more force being put through the muscle. But this is to activate movement in the hip flexor and potentially strengthen it. So even if that is a tight area for you, that doesn't necessarily mean you shouldn't be doing this exercise. So with all these exercises, as always, they are ones that what I encourage you to do is have a look at them, try them out if you can. If you don't have the equipment, obviously you can't, but the ones that you can try out, please just give them a go. It will literally take you no more than 2 minutes. I don't think there is a single exercise in all of these the series that takes more than 2 minutes. The videos are usually taking about 5, so it takes longer to watch the video than it does to do the exercise, but you only have to watch the video once because I'm giving you the background as to why you're doing it, and what I'm hoping that will do is inform you as to whether or not this is something you need to do. For the most part, I would suggest, even if you don't think you need to do it, give it a shot anyway. If it's a mobility exercise that when you go to do it, suddenly you're struggling with, chances are you need to do that exercise, and you need to do it a lot more than you thought you needed to do it. So you should be doing it more and more until it becomes something that's quite easy for you to do. When it becomes a strengthening exercise, if it's something that you can do an awful lot of, and you're having to do hundreds and hundreds of reps on it, then maybe you don't need to do it. You maybe have the strength there already and you don't feel like you're getting anything out of it. So just pass it by. Don't worry about that one for now. They're the ones that are easier to drop off. The mobility ones are a bit harder because even if you don't have a problem now, that doesn't mean you're never going to have a problem. But if you're very limited in time, what you're really trying to do is find which of the mobility exercises caused you the most restriction when you were doing them, and try and include them in on a daily or bi-daily basis for now until you get better at them, and which of the strengthening exercises do you feel weakest on, and include those. And if that means you've only got 3 or 4 exercises that are kind of giving you the biggest hit for the moment because you only have 6 or 7 minutes a day to spare on this, that's great. Just do those ones because you're going to improve an awful lot more than if you just waited until you realised that you had an hour available daily, because it's probably never going to come. If you don't make the time for it, it's never going to happen. But this would let you move forward. And as you get more mobile and more agile and a little stronger in your weak points, and you're less fearful of hurting yourself, psychologically you are bound to want to be able to do more, and then you might be able to free up time that up until that point you might have been giving yourself a reason not to, because subconsciously you just didn't want to. So give it a shot, see how you got on, and please, again, as I've said with all of these videos, if you feel that you're not getting the most out of them, it's not working for you, or you're not sure what you're doing, just come back to me. I am more than happy to get in touch to try and talk you through any problems that you're having. So please speak to me. We'll see what we can do. We're meant to be working as a community. Lockdown is starting to ease off slightly. We're not out of it yet, but it is easing off now. But just because that's the case, I would encourage you not to think of it as a case that we're just going to move right back to where things were before and life is going to go back to as it was before and forget about this situation. We've still got an opportunity here to make a difference to our lives. I encourage you to try and make the most of it. 5, 6, 7 minutes a day, that's all I'm asking you to commit to this, and I think it could change your life. So please give it a go, and if you get any comments, as always, let me know, and I'll see what I can do to help. Until next time when we get to part 3 of this phase, have a great week. Bye for now.